Hey, it's me here. Hey, welcome to Sunday evening to the usual cluster of, hey, here's my messy desk. Camera gets a good skew on it, it seems like. Hey, of course I'm in my pajamas because it's comfortable and I'm home. Alright, it's another classic. Take a card kit and maximize it. Alright, let me grab one other component. So this kit I've had for a while. This is not a paper pumpkin kit, let me specify. This materials came in this little brown box, unmarked, because I think it was marked at the time. And it was the Joy of Sharing card kit. I bought this on clearance like way back when. I started being a demo. And I've kind of hung on to it for a few years at least, over 2 years. And here we are, like this is it. And this one is meant to, it has bigger cards, 7x5, meant to put your photos in it, which I think is a really cool idea, as my watch is chirping me. However, I'm not big on photos, so I decided to more or less do that style repeatedly. In this kit, let me show you more or less the original concept, is these. I think I had one other. One moment. I could be wrong. I made so many of these, I got lost count of what the heck I was doing. Yeah, so more or less, this is like more or less the original, kind of, sort of. Pretty A. Alright, so let's talk about the original kit. It had, let's see what's in it. Bunch of stuffs. So I think this was their trial run of figuring out the kids collection before they got to the kids collection, is how my understanding of this is. And it has instructions, like it's got, you know, the layers and what to do, and so it's kind of interesting. Because I know when I originally looked at it two plus years ago, I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this. They actually nicknamed the cards. Interesting. Like this one was Merry Christmas photo card, Warmth of Friendship horizontal card. That's Warmth of Friendship vertical card, and Season's Greetings photo card. And they came with stamps. Let me find that too. Would help if I have everything ready to go before I do my video. I never do. Alright. Oh, come on. Oh, I got the wrong pieces here. Alright, it came with these stamps in Mossy Meadow ink, where we got wishing you a season filled with the special warmth of friendship, the precious joy of sharing, and the wonderful blessings of happiness. We also have Merry Christmas, Season's Greetings, and to you and yours. And a pine cone, a leafy thing, and some berries. And that was all the stamps. The ink was Mossy Meadow, as it's mentioned. It came with dimensionals, the glue dots, adhesive back glitter dots, and it says here everything it came with. So set of 7 stamps, which we have. Clear stamped block. Yes, it did come with a clear block, which is nice. The Mossy Meadow ink. 15 printed cards in envelopes to fit this bigger size. So I still have most of it. Printed die cut image and label pieces. Yes, die cut accent pieces, laser cut foil frames. And yeah, so it made enough 15 cards. But classic me, I have to go the extra mile because I'm like, you know what? Because these die cuts had, let me find one here. I'll grab one of the green. Oh, looking for, because I did one of the green ones over here differently, if I can find. Because this piece, gold piece, came from inside those die cuts. So as I was making these last month, I made a few already. And I'm like, you know what? I could make more with the leftover pieces. So that's what I did. So I don't know how many I originally made, but let's say I made the 15. And then as I started this season, because these card bases were Mossy Meadow all the way around, I cropped them. That way I could have more green here to work with. So I got all these made up this season. I did some stamping on 1 or 2 of them, just to kind of feel out last month. So here is more or less the original batch. I didn't do photos because I'm like, it's not my cup of tea. Anyway, so there we go. There's these. That way there's the original concept. And then from there, as you know, I added white cardstock just to stretch out the materials. That way it made the card bases stretch longer. So then I'm gonna move this cardboard box. Alright, and the stamps. So then I made a whole batch of these with the leftover inside pieces of that gold, and I cropped it a little. So this is the more normal Stampin' Up! Size, the 5.5 by 4.25 when it's folded, because this was 5 by 7, so you can see total size difference. So I made a whole batch of these, and I finally finished these up today. And more or less, it's like rinse and repeat. Just kind of started doing the same thing over and over. And I preferred the larger sentiment on these ones, personally. And all the die cuts of the flowers and the pine cones and that worked out really useful. And I used the little gold dots here and there. So I made these batch, finished these today. Why I'm making Christmas cards, I have no idea. It was convenient. It was right beside my desk, and I'm like, I'm just going to roll with it. So, these, I got out of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I got 13 cards more by simply using white cardstock. Now I gotta separate these from them because it just occurred to me. Where I use the red, I'll tell you in a moment. Okay, so if you notice with these, it's got the cut. These are die cuts. And I just grabbed some red cardstock to keep going with the idea. So that's where the red came in on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On 7 of these. Anyway. So far I only really brought in white cardstock, a bunch of white, and a little bit of red. Then I still had leftover pieces. So what happened was, as I was going, I didn't have enough green to make the round. So I just did these on just plain white cardstock, just to have something different. There we go. That's these little simple ones. And then, because I cut the green cardstock down, I had leftover pieces. And that's where these came in. So I had them all cut up. So I cut them up even more, 3/4 of an inch, into like a little panel background, which looks really cool, even though it's all the same color. But because it's got a little bit of fade in some of it, so essentially rinse and repeat. And then these gold pieces coming out the sides, that was cropped from one of the sides each time. So I just used that as an accent to my phrase, which I thought was really cool. Alright, so I got a whole bunch of these. I'm just going to quickly separate. So I was able to keep going with a batch of these, which is I got 6 more just by white cardstock. Just this 6. Not bad, eh? And that little weird sticky out thingy just looks kind of neat. It's kind of prickly, but it just kind of worked. So that was 6. And then what happened was I ran out of sentiments, and I still had 1, 2, I still had 4 more of being able to make more of that green background. Again, white cardstock. This one was all leftover. So all those up until then, sorry, was full strips. And I would crop, cut off the excess. So these ones, this is a mix of full strips and pieces. And this was all just pieces, and I kind of left it like a brick kind of thing. Because usually I cut them down to a square, or a rectangle in this case. But I kept that one as a unique card. So these ones, I brought in the red cardstock again. Obviously I brought in the white. And then phrase stickers. That phrase and that phrase came from older kits that I've had off to the side, to be able to, hey, when the opportunity needs to be, I have extra pieces. And that's where it came in. So yeah, that was the stretch of a kit that's 15 cards. And I got here a total that I'm aware of. Maybe I've had a few more from last year or the year before. I don't know, but we'll just roll with it. So say 15 cards. Whoops, as I make a mess here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, so kit will say is 15 cards plus 25. If your math is good, so 20 plus 15 is 35 plus another 5, 40 cards from this kit. 40 cards. And that's not all. I still have leftover pieces. Like, I ran out of what I could really do with it. So, in this beautiful box, I kept the remaining die cuts, the poinsettias and the pine cones. And I cut the sheets in half. That way I could put them in this box. This is my box of leftover pieces. So I've got 1 sheet, 2 sheet. This is 3 sheet. And a couple pieces. I still have leftover poinsettias and pine cones to use in a future date. So that's pretty impressive. And I'm so impressed with myself how far I went with this kit. Had to share with you. So if you ever have like a paper pumpkin kit, I know this is decorated now, but if you got leftover pieces or you're looking to change it up or stretch out your kit, please contact me, because I do this quite rarely now that I'm able to take a kit and just keep going. I also brought in ink for these tags. I don't know what color, that might have been real red, I think, but just kind of worked overall. Anyway, but yeah, had to share. So I know, crazy for, I'm already doing Christmas, but I thought, you know what, I had these nearby, get them done so I can get more kits consumed and keep crafting. All right, thank you, friends. Have a great night.